So first thing we did, we moved you back a little bit, trying to hold that ball more steady through step one. Okay. And two, I had to feel late to not be early. Okay. A lot of the stuff you can clean up at home with a mirror, and I would do it. And do it with the ball. It's different without a ball than with the ball. Okay. This one here, you did not push early. You held the ball steady through that whole first step. And then when you did that, you didn't really. You still kind of locked, but you didn't hyperextend. So that's kind of like a little tell for you. When you're early, you're gonna go even bigger, or if you're more forceful, you're gonna go even bigger.
Now I remember we talked about something last year. Do you want me to more get rid of this and worry about that ball shape?
Well, I mean, you're still pretty rounded. When you lock, it's a forceful motion.
But I mean that's like you said before. That's what wants you
Right.
make that. So okay.
Yep. I mean, you're already not locked as much because you didn't push as early. Shape of the ball's not bad.
Okay.
It's nice and rounded. Okay. But that's the one you actually pushed on time, which felt late. Okay. Not bad. Then we worked on some on trying to have the upper body stay back more, which is actually before that we did one. I think we did two of them actually, where you felt like it was a crazy low backswing. And really, that's just a trick so you don't pull so hard. Okay, it just wasn't pulled up as much. Okay, we always want your backswing slightly above your or above your head, not just slightly, but above your head. Um, and it's kind of related to body tilt. The more your body goes over, the more your swing goes up. We did work some on the feeling of being more upright. I think this is one. And that had you feel like you were almost backward on step three, just much, much less forward. If we compare it to one of the first shots we redid today, and we get you to that same third step, right there on the same step.
Let's see.
Look at that line of blue lights where your head is. Okay, and that's you feeling backward on the left. You're less forward, which felt backward. Okay, but again, it shows your mind does control your body. Your muscles will fight you because they don't like change. Okay, um, but it's important to have these little things cleaned up a little bit.
Oh,
And all this stuff is so the ball reacts more consistently and more the way you want. It's not just to make you look different. It's so the ball does what you want more consistently. Okay, that's a good difference right there. Even major difference. The last thing we worked on here was footwork wise, and I didn't record from the back, but I had you feel like step two was going to go about two boards to the right. And if we compare to when you didn't think about that, we'll go to step two on the right. This is where you're more thinking about the timing of the push. And really, footwork stuff was the same before and after. Didn't care about the push. It's a completely separate item there. Step goes more left, and you hit kind of flat-footed and sideways. Okay. When I had you feel that the step was going to go about two boards to the right, you actually had a fluid heel toe step, and it didn't go sideways as much.
I don't know what my finishing.
Okay.
Sometimes I have the angle for my slide foot.
Correct.
This will be
And what will happen if two goes more left, three will go more left. So on the right, three will go more away from that rail in the foreground. This one might still go a little bit left, but not as much. And even there, step three is a little bit straighter because you're not out of position as much. There's four. And even there, four is a little bit closer to the rail because two and three didn't get you as far left, which means you're not going to have to overfill as much. You may still be overfilling some as we start to lose your foot a little bit. And same thing there. Okay, let's just go to the end. So it's still kind of overfilling at the end. But when you work on that footwork stuff, record from the back, okay? Clean up step two and then see what happens with three.
Sure.
If three is still going left, well, then you have to think step three goes a little bit to the right. And then see what happens with four, five.
Right.
You always work on one thing first and see what your body does. A lot of times, if two and three are cleaner, you don't have to come back on four or five, and your body figures that out. Okay. If you're still kind of overfilling with your slide, then you would almost have to feel like you slide left to not slide right. Okay. That looks funny in the video. I can even see the front of your leg is red, the back is white. Okay. That's funny. But this is much better step two just by thinking a couple boards to the right now. I really don't want it going right. We want it less left. Okay. I think short term when you bowl for a score, like the next few days here, I'd be thinking about, moving back. That's a no-brainer. It just gave you a little bit more room. Okay? You're still getting right to the foul line. Okay. So you're gonna be a little bit less cramped, so you're not gonna pull as much. But I'd be thinking about that stance and then just hold the ball a little bit more steady before you push. Feel like a little bit later push. Other stuff can be cleaned up when you go home. Okay. But your game's in a way better spot than it was 10 months ago, which means that your game's in a better spot to keep working on more stuff. Yep, exactly. Okay. Just to finish up, we'll show you that video of Steelsmith, just because just everything in this video is good and good things for you to be kind of trying to be closer to. Um, Body position through the approach, it just gradually goes over. You can see it like with that line of blue lights at the top there. Just very smooth. Footwork, fluid heel toe steps. Okay. Not much body motion at the end, but he's not going over too far in the middle. And then it just doesn't change. If you go over too far coming in, and remember when you came into your release point, your chin was touching the rail almost. He never got that low, so he never gets that high. Okay. And what was interesting on yours is when you were more upright, I think it was this one here, when you were more upright through the middle, you didn't pop up as much at the end. Okay. When you came in, you were popping up above that black video wall behind you. Okay, which means the lower you get, the more you pop up. Okay, and then people notice the popping up; they don't notice you're getting too low.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everything makes sense.
Yes.
Good.